Hey everybody! I'm here today to talk to you about a Philips Series 9000 trimmer that is not cutting hair. I'll be going over some easy fixes to try first in this very simplistic tutorial. Let's get right into this instructional video tutorial. As you can see right here, this is the Philips Series 9000 all-in-one trimmer. And if it was not cutting hair, these are the 5 things that I would try first. There are 5 things that you can try out. There are more than 5 things that you can try out, but I'll be going over 5 specific things. So this one, to be honest with you, is working perfectly fine. It cuts hair perfectly fine. But if it was not cutting hair, these are the 5 things I would try out. I've sort of listed them. I tried to list them in a specific order, but you can really try them in any order, to be honest with you. And there's a decent chance that they'll work. Now, the good thing about these is that they're actually easy to do. So in terms of effectiveness, they're highly valuable because they literally, you can try each of them in a matter of a couple of minutes each, and they have a good chance of working. So like probably within 15 minutes, you can do all 5 of them. And hopefully one of them along the way will work. And obviously if it starts cutting hair properly and it works, then you can stop trying the rest. If you get it to work, then you can stop trying the rest. Anyways, without further ado, we're going to go through the 5 things, starting off with number 1. Number 1 is clean the trimmer. So you want to go and look at the booklet that came with the trimmer, the user's manual, the owner's manual that came with the trimmer. When you get the manual or the booklet for the trimmer, it's going to most likely tell you how to clean it. I haven't looked in there for the cleaning instructions, but I'm assuming it's going to tell you how to clean it properly. So make sure you read over how to clean it properly and go ahead and clean it properly. Now, I know, before you actually clean it, you can take a look. So you can pop off the guard and the trimming piece over here, and you can see if it looks clean already, you probably don't need to clean it. But if it doesn't look nice and clean, then I would recommend cleaning it the official proper way, learning how to clean it the proper way and giving it a cleaning. Okay, so if it looks kind of dirty, if it's dirty, it's not going to run effectively, it's not going to run properly, it's going to do a worse job at cutting your hair. So take a look and clean it properly if it looks like it needs to be cleaned. That is number 1. Because if it's dirty, it's not going to run as well, which is going to, be less likely to cut your hair. It needs a good amount of motion, a good amount of speed to cut your hair, or else it's going to feel like it might be pulling your hair, or it's going to cut it unevenly, or it's not going to cut it at all. So, cleaning it might be the solution. So take a look and learn how to properly clean it and try cleaning it. Even if it already looks clean, it's just good practice to clean it anyways. So just keep that in mind. Cleaning it is number 1. Moving on to number 2, and sorry, just to clarify before I move on. For number 1, I said cleaning it, and by that I mean cleaning the actual trimmer, like the actual trimmer, not these pieces, but the actual trimmer. That is number 1, what I'm talking about. Now we're moving on to number 2. Number two is clean the guards. So if the guards are clogged up, your hair's not going to go in there properly, and it's going to do a worse job at cutting your hair. So to clean the guards, really easy to do. Literally, you take off the guard itself. Okay, this is an example of a guard, and you can clean the guard. Now, most of the time, all you really have to do is just, you can get a leaf blower and just blow it out, or you can just something like that. I mean, you can maybe even rinse it under water. Use your judgment, see how dirty it is, but I would recommend just blowing it with air first, and then if you need to use water, you can use water, but just blow with air first. Most of the guards are just going to be plastic. This is more of a mechanical one. It's adjustable. So for this one, I would recommend probably not using water and just using air. But if it's just a piece of plastic with nothing that moves about it, like some of them are literally just plastic and they do not move at all, then if they're just plastic and they don't move at all, you could probably just rinse it under water quickly. But for the most part, just using air by blowing into it or using a leaf blower will most of the time clean it more than well enough. So figure out how you're going to clean it and clean the guards. Okay, that is the second one, cleaning the guards. And obviously use your judgment, do it whatever way, clean them whatever way you think will work best and will allow them to continue being great, and not like, you don't want to ruin the guards. So just use your judgment and clean them properly without ruining them. Okay, that's the idea here. So do your own research, figure out how to clean them properly without ruining them, and then do just that, clean the guards properly without ruining them. That is number 2. Okay, I'm going to place this to the side. Moving on to number 3. Number 3 is clean the actual trimming piece. By that, I mean the attachment that actually does the trimming. So when I take this off right here, this is the actual trimming piece. Now, you got to see, these things do get clogged up because they're the things that actually do the hair cutting. So they do get clogged up. You get hair caught between the blades. You get hair caught in here. All sorts of clogging happening. All sorts of gunking up happening. Now, the idea is that you got to keep this clean, because if this is not clean, okay, and if it's not clean, if it's not lubricated well, if it's not working properly, then it's not going to do a good job of cutting your hair, which is going to make your haircut look uneven. It's going to pull the hair instead of cut it properly. It's just not going to cut it, plain and simple. It's not going to do a good job of cutting your hair. So clean it, okay? Lubricate it, make sure it works well, make sure it runs well. And by that, I'm talking about the actual trimming piece, the actual mechanism right over here. So do your own research, figure out what you need to do to clean the trimming piece, to potentially lubricate the trimming piece. And yeah, like I said, cleaning it is a must. Lubricating it, you have to use your judgment. You might want to do that, you might not want to do that. But cleaning it, definitely go ahead and learn how to clean it properly without ruining it, and clean it properly without ruining it. And if you see that you might need to lubricate it as well through your own research, then maybe consider lubricating it as well. But yeah, pay attention to the trimming piece, because this is what does the actual cutting, okay? So that is number 3. Clean the trimming piece without ruining it, and potentially lubricate it if you think that you need to. That's number 3. Moving on to number 4. Number 4 is make sure it is charged decently. If your unit is running low on battery and it's running slower, then guess what? It's going to do the same thing. It's not going to cut as effectively, which is going to pull at the hair, which is going to cut it unevenly. It's just not going to cut the hair properly, or it's not going to cut the hair at all. So if it's running low on battery, if it sounds like it's running low on battery, if it feels like it's running low on battery, if you think it's running low on battery, charge it up decently. Just plug it in and charge it for 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then you should have way more than enough power to use it for quite a while, okay? So just pay attention to the battery power, because the low battery might mean that it will mean that it's less likely to cut your hair properly, and it might seriously affect the cutting quality of the unit. Now, generally speaking, it should, at least from my experience, it should only affect the cutting quality, like maybe for the last few moments as it's dying down. But you know, as your unit gets older, as the battery gets older, you know, it might affect it more. So at the end of the day, it being low on battery, this is the final statement I'm going to say for number 4, okay? Which is to make sure it's charged decently, okay? At the end of the day, it being low on battery, the trimmer itself being low on battery, makes it more likely to not cut your hair properly or not cut your hair at all. So that might mean that it might still cut your hair properly, but it's more likely to not work properly, okay? It's just more likely to not work properly. So if it's getting low on battery, just charge it up, because it just means it's more likely to not work the way that it should work. Plain and simple. It might still work fine, but also it's more likely to not work fine. So it might still work fine. You're like, oh, it works fine, even though the battery is running low, but it makes it more likely to not work fine, okay? So, you know, in terms of likelihood, charge it up decently, and then you know it's going to work fine when it has a good amount of battery. All right. Anyways, you know it's going to cut hair properly when it has a nicely charged, decently charged battery. All right. That's it for number 4. We're moving on to the last one for this video tutorial. Number 5. Number 5 is make sure all the attachments are on fully. If your attachment is not on fully, let's say you try putting it on and it didn't go on all the way. Okay, let's say it's just, this one's gonna snap on all the way. Okay, but let's say it was just popped out just ever so slightly. It might not work properly, and it not working properly makes it more likely to not be able to cut your hair properly or not cut your hair at all. Same thing with the guard. If the guard is not on fully or properly, it makes it more likely to not cut your hair properly or not cut your hair at all. And if the guard's not on fully, what can happen is, let's say it's not on fully and you're cutting your hair, the guard can come off, and then you can end up getting your hair really, really short like me. I shave my head, usually. I mean, it's been a couple of days, it's been a few days now. But anyways, you can get your hair really, really short by accident. So like, in terms of if the unit is not, let me rephrase that. It's important to make sure all of the attachments are on properly for many reasons, but the 2 main ones are that, number 1, if the attachments are not on properly, it makes it more likely that it's not going to be cutting your hair properly or not be cutting your hair at all. It will not be cutting as a likelihood. The likelihood increases that it will not be cutting, okay, in terms of the trimmer cutting your hair. And secondly, you can make a mistake and you can cut your hair way too short. So the attachments need to be on properly, and if they're not on properly or they're not on fully, it can cause many problems. But the 2 main problems that it can cause is that it makes the trimmer more likely to not be cutting your hair properly, and it makes the trimmer more likely to, you know, make you have experience a mistake and cut your hair way too short. So at the end of the day, make sure the attachments are on fully. Those are the 2 main reasons. But at the end of the day, like, there are so many things that can happen when the attachments that are not on fully. So many negative things can happen when the attachments are not on fully. But if your trimmer's not not cutting hair and your attachments are loose or they're not on fully, even if the screws are loose, whatever the case is, right? You know, if the attachments are not fully on there nicely, that can be a good reason why. The attachments not being on fully can be a reason why this is, you know, not cutting your hair at all or not cutting your hair properly. The attachments not being on fully increases the likelihood of this not cutting your hair. Okay, so anyways, with regards to these 5 things, it's not that one of them will cause it to like, oh, it's not going to cut your hair immediately. If something's dirty, it's not just going to stop cutting your hair immediately. It can be a combination of all of them. Maybe the trimmer itself is dirty, maybe the guard is dirty, and maybe the actual trimming piece is dirty, okay? If that's the case, then guess what? You know, like I said, maybe all 3 together are making it not cut your hair. So with that being said, you know, the best thing to do is clean everything. Clean the trimmer itself over here, okay? Clean the trimming piece itself right over here. Clean the guard itself right over here. And yeah, make sure it's charged decently, and then make sure all the attachments are on nicely. You just want to, you know, give them a little wiggle, make sure they're on there nicely. And if you've done all those things, then there's another reason why your trimmer is not cutting your hair. So anyways, if it's not cutting your hair, hopefully one of these things works. And yeah, if you tried all of them and they don't, and nothing fixes it, then guess what? There could be another reason. But yeah, hopefully one of these things works. And if they don't fix your trimmer, if these 5 things don't fix your trimmer and allow your trimmer to cut your hair properly once again, then you have to dig deeper and try and continue to figure out what might be another reason why. Just continue to narrow it down, and hopefully you get your trimmer to work and cut your hair properly once again. But yeah, that's truly it. I thought this was going to be like a 4 or 5 minute video maximum, and we're over 11 minutes now, which is absurd. But I really tried to explain everything thoroughly, and hopefully you get your trimmer to work once again and cut your hair properly once again, and just get it to work normally once again, so you can use it to trim and so forth, and groom and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, I got nothing else to say, absolutely nothing else to say for this video tutorial. So we are going to roll the outro for this video. So without further ado, here's the outro. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you think down below as a comment, and of course be sure to subscribe for more great videos just like this one. And that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching.